Great news! Based on scientific studies, this little trick can help you. Fall asleep in minutes, even if you're struggling for over an hour now. Sleep through the night for 7, 8, or 9 hours, and I'm talking deep, restful, uninterrupted sleep. Wake up refreshed and energized like you haven't felt in years, maybe ever. And most importantly, have amazing energy and function throughout the day, all from the comfort of your home. That's right, you can safely implement this scientifically proven trick without anyone's help. In fact, I'm about to teach you exactly how this trick works here on this site. You can start using it tonight. This trick is backed up by hundreds of individual studies from some of the most respected institutions in the world. These studies have proven that almost everyone significantly benefits from this trick. People are falling asleep 10, 20, or even 60 minutes faster than usual using this tip. The results are permanent. In fact, it often became more and more effective 1, 2, even 12 months after people participated in the sleep studies. There are absolutely no side effects. This is a completely safe alternative method to treat insomnia. And by alternative, I mean you're not going to kill yourself with sleeping pills, as thousands of people do every year. No matter what they say, Elvis is not alive. He overdosed on sleeping pills, and so do thousands of people every year. You could be next if you take these dangerous pills. What's more, it only takes 3 to 4 minutes to learn and start using this trick. It's safe as can be. There is absolutely no risk, except maybe of oversleeping. You don't have to see a doctor or specialist to use it. And most importantly, you'll feel great. You'll feel relaxed before going to sleep and energized during the day. So who am I to tell you all this? Sorry, I was so excited about this news that I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Christian Goodman. I'm a well-known natural health expert and author of several books and hundreds of research articles. But most importantly, I used to suffer from horrible insomnia. Like you, for years, I tossed and turned in bed for hours on end every night and just couldn't fall asleep. Or I would doze off and then wake up half an hour later and not be able to fall asleep until 5 minutes before the alarm went off. Needless to say, I was pretty useless throughout the day, existing like the walking dead. Every task became a burden. I just couldn't get my mind around them. Everyone and everything irritated me. My marriage was on the brink of destruction. So was my career and connection with my associates. It almost took the death of my daughter to get serious about facing my insomnia. One day, I suddenly woke up from my daughter screaming. As I shook my head to gain focus, I caught a glimpse of her 9-year-old terrified face in the rearview mirror, only to realize that I was heading full speed into the back of a truck in front of me. I had nodded off at the wheel, exhausted from not sleeping a wink the night before. That's when I knew I had to do something. Being a natural health expert, tackling insomnia should have been an easy task, right? Not so much. I tried all kinds of diets, remedies, and sleeping procedures. I read all the books on insomnia and tried all the methods I thought could possibly help, but nothing worked. As much as I hate drugs, I even used prescription sleeping pills a few times. But even if the sleeping pills knocked me out for the night, they made me drowsier during the day, and I began to develop all kinds of serious side effects. When one day I completely lost my temper with a coworker for no good reason, something very much out of character for me, I knew these sleeping pills were worse than my sleeplessness. Make no mistake, sleeping pills can kill you. Later, I learned sleeping pills cause serious diseases, such as heart attack, cancer, even suicide. In fact, a new study reveals that people taking sleeping pills are almost 5 times more likely to die within the next 3 years than those not taking sleeping pills. Other studies have shown that people taking sleeping pills are much more likely to fall and break their bones than those not taking the pills, even if they also suffer from insomnia. These drugs also can cause confusion, memory glitches, behavior changes, and even hallucinations. Not to mention the risk of accidental overdose. Plus, because they take a while to leave your body, you may still feel drowsy and unfocused in the morning. So what could I do? It wasn't until I really dug deep into insomnia studies in respected medical journals that I discovered the sleep trick I'm about to share. I'm sure the pharmaceutical industry just prays you'll never discover this trick that has been found to be so effective. So what exactly is this powerful sleep trick? I have just one concern telling you about this trick. You see, it's so simple, I'm afraid you won't take it seriously enough to try it. So before I reveal exactly how this trick works, let me present 3 studies that back it up. This will be quick. Study 1. Sound asleep in 12 minutes. The average subject of this study took almost 45 minutes to fall asleep in the beginning of this study. After using this trick for only 2 nights in a laboratory, they were off into a deep sleep in 12 to 20 minutes, depending on what version of this trick they used. That's up to 75% less stay-awake time in just 2 nights. In fact, it was so powerful that a few subjects fell asleep before they were supposed to. Study 2. 85% longer deep sleep. Researchers from the University of Zurich recruited several women they believed could benefit from using this trick to sleep better. The very first night of trying this trick, the women, on average, fell asleep in less than half the time they usually did. In fact, on average, they decreased the time it took to fall asleep by a whopping 65%. And that's not all. The time they spent in the deepest sleep increased, on average, by an amazing 85%. This is extremely important because the main problem for people suffering insomnia is not that they can't fall asleep, although that's a big problem, but that they sleep shallow and wake up frequently. When you wake up, you're probably drowsy and tired, aren't you? Well, you won't be anymore if you have the same results from this trick as the people in this study did. Why? Because the quality of your sleep will almost double. You'll feel rested and energized after a full night of restful, deep sleep. Study 3. Insomnia permanently cured. In this joint study from Yale and Harvard Universities, researchers taught a version of this sleeping trick to subjects suffering ongoing insomnia. At the beginning of the study, the average time to fall asleep was reported as 52 minutes. After learning this trick, this time dropped to 22 minutes. But that's not all. Following up almost a year later, most of the study subjects didn't need to use this trick anymore, and on average, they were falling asleep in under 15 minutes. Most of them considered their insomnia completely cured and thanked the researchers for teaching them such a valuable tool. I could go on and on. There are so many studies out there proving various versions of this trick extremely effective for insomnia. There is, however, a small catch. This trick is very simple and easy to implement, but at the same time, you have so many different versions of it. So you may become quite disappointed if you just pick out any version of this trick and it doesn't work as well as the studies I quoted. That's why I want to explain today exactly how this trick works and what I believe is the best version of it. Let's begin by explaining what really causes insomnia. It is no surprise that it all begins with your brain. As complicated as it is, we can say your brain has 2 major switches. 1. You're awake. Your mind is alert, your muscles loaded with blood flow and ready for action, and your brain operates on what's called alpha and beta waves. 2. You're asleep. Your mind is relaxed, and your muscles also are relaxed, even paralyzed. Blood mostly is stored in the intestines. Your brain operates on slow theta waves. When you reach the deepest, most restful sleep, it operates from even slower delta waves. Most importantly, while you're asleep, your brain and body is extremely relaxed. Every method meant to treat insomnia aims to trick your brain into this sleeping stage by relaxing your brain and body. You've probably tried to bore yourself to sleep counting sheep or something else. It's actually supposed to put your brain into a light, relaxing trance and trigger it to move closer to the theta wave function. But it didn't work for you, did it? In a similar way, sleeping pills unnaturally connect to the GABA receptors in your brain that control alertness and relaxation. They reduce your alertness while promoting relaxation, and suddenly you slide into sleep. So all sleeping pills really do is help your brain to relax. which leads us to a common sense conclusion. If you could relax your mind and body in the same way sleeping pills do, you would get the same effects as sleeping pills without the side effects. Which finally brings us to our sleep trick. All the researchers did in the powerful studies I told you about was teach their subjects effective relaxation techniques. Even more effective was giving the subjects an audio to lead them through step-by-step relaxation or self-hypnosis. In this way, the subjects didn't have to learn anything, just follow along as guided on the audios. Now here is the catch. As I mentioned earlier, there are so many different relaxation techniques out there. Some will help with insomnia, others may not. Most relaxation techniques are not designed to fight insomnia. Their original purpose was quite different. That's why they may have failed you in the past. But do not despair. I've studied literally hundreds of researches focused on insomnia and ways to get the most benefits out of relaxation techniques. I've identified which techniques work the best and which may even make your problem worse. What's more, I took what worked in different techniques and combined them with other effective relaxation techniques to get the absolute most effectiveness for insomnia. That's how I permanently overcame my insomnia. Then I had hundreds of clients test drive these techniques. I took any feedback I got and used it to improve these techniques even further. Finally, I got a friend of mine, both a licensed hypnotherapist and an advanced neuro-linguistic programming therapist, to record this technique on an audio. His soothing voice will lead your brain from the over-alert and awake stage of insomnia to a sound, deep world of delta wave sleep. The results are what I believe to be the absolutely best natural way to treat insomnia without side effects. Based on feedback from thousands of clients, I can boldly claim we've duplicated the effects of the sleep studies and then some. The bottom line is that, tonight I want you to sleep. Imagine how it would be tonight to hit the play button and be deeply asleep in only 10 or 15 minutes. How about waking up tomorrow morning after 8 hours of deep, restful sleep, energized and rested, ready to take on the day? Think of all the things you could get done if you only had the focus and energy of a rested mind. It's at your fingertips right now. And since I know you've probably been disappointed by so many things in the past, I want to take all your worries away. Please hit the order button below now. Test the method out for yourself. See how you feel tonight, tomorrow, and the next few days. And if you're not 100% happy with the results, just shoot us a quick email and we'll refund you on the spot. You can use the contact form on this page or reply to the email you receive after completing your order. All I ask is that you contact us anytime within 60 days of ordering. That's the limit our merchant gives us to process refunds. But it will never come to this. Why? Because I know that after you listen to the audio once or twice, you're going to be so thrilled with the results, you'll be walking on clouds. Just think about how your life will transform once you'll be able to sleep through the night every night. How energized you will be. What tasks have you been putting off because you just feel too tired? How will a good night's sleep change your view of life? Isn't being sleepy and drowsy all the time robbing you of joy? Wouldn't a good night's sleep make you more positive and happy? How will this change your relationship with coworkers, friends, and family? Don't you think sleeping through the night is going to completely transform your life? Of course it will. So I beg you, if you want to get back to the world of the living, please click the order button below now and try this trick out for yourself. The risk is all mine. Because this trick not only has been proven in tons of studies to transform chronic insomniacs into well-slept, energized, happy individuals. It saved my life and my relationships in every way possible. And I want it to do the same for you. It's so easy. You just hit the play button and listen to the relaxation message as you doze off into a dream world. That's all. Nothing more to it. It may make a major change tonight, or it could take a few days. But try it out, and before you know, you'll be falling asleep in minutes. Or you get your payment 100% refunded. Even more importantly, if your results are anything like what we saw in these studies, you'll be getting almost twice as much of the deepest, most restful sleep possible for every hour you sleep. That means you actually will need less sleep overall. The price of the program is absolutely minimal, just enough to cover the basic cost of running this website and the support team, because our in-house support team is here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, if you have a problem ordering or reaching the audio or questions regarding using it, just shoot us an email and we're here, ready to help. So don't put this off. Click the order button below now and try this amazing method for yourself.